Can we do this over? Do you mind?
Okay. Was it not recording?
It was not recording. It was recording fucking nothing.
Okay. Just let me know when we
All right, take two. So I didn't click record because I'm clearly rattled today.
we
we're not
just
gonna
did
have
like
we're not gonna have the plumber in it.
we did like 20 minutes, and it was interrupted by
We did 7.
the plumber. The plumber arguing with Dave over whether or not the toilet was working. And they, by the way, seem to think that Dave, again, is a snake.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're saying that clearly Dave turned the water off in the bathroom.
I don't know.
And Dave's like, I don't know anything about it, but they're like, something's up here, which I have no reason not to believe them.
Yeah, they're probably right. So we'll just get right into what did I start with on our first take? I didn't start with the throw ride thing.
You apologized.
So yeah, obviously I had a beer during the tailgating portion on the show. I apologize definitely for that, specifically to Kirk. That was bad, and I know you'll get into it in a second. There's precedent there. I had a beer and played beer pong, with the attendees of the event, and that was just a bad decision on my part. I'm not defending it in any way, and I don't even like prefacing that with that, but I don't know. I think I was there for a long time that day. I got there at like 6:45 in the morning, and I think I was doing a lot of tests, and then when the fans come, I wanted to make sure I introduced myself or people that I kind of interact with on social media and whatever. And it was just a bad decision. It was a bad look. It was stupid of me. I certainly apologized for that. That sucks. Cause I do know the history there, and that's just fucking stupid.
So I'll try not to sound rehearsed, as this is my second time giving this speech.
Sorry about that.
But the problem is, so people were coming up to me during the show, or like before the show, saying that. And I made a joke to you, like, I hear you're shit-faced, and you didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, oh, maybe they're fucking with me. Like, they were just saying, like, Dave's having a drink, like, because I did that. But like I said, you listened to the show where I fucked up in Madawaska, I assume. So you're aware.
Yeah,
like, that's what makes it worse, is that now, like, if I said that if I went out and cut audio of you guys talking about my family or something, it would be worse because you shouldn't do that, but also because I watched Steve get fucking berated for it.
Yeah, no.
So I know how he thinks of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it was really fucking dumb to even have a sip where it's like, yeah, you didn't get as fucked up as me, but if there's even a picture of you holding a Bud Light, that's a stupid fucking thing.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Like, there's nothing else to say to that. I mean, it was stupid. I know the precedent that was set there. It was stupid. So that's...
You can blame me for that, in a way.
No, I shouldn't. I can blame myself there. The next thing is the throw ride thing that's going around. So I requested Throw Ride to do a 2-minute video for Sacco. That's simply all I wanted. It turned into what he wanted it to become, which was like a wrestling gimmick. I didn't text him and say, hey, give me this 2-minute video because I think we can turn this into a wrestling thing and turn rough. And I didn't think like that. I literally just wanted, if you went to the Sacco show, you saw Jack Mack do a video. I wanted something like that. One of the things that I clearly did wrong in that situation is I do know Throw Ride, where I correspond with him via text. We're not like buddy, but I know he doesn't listen to the show like that. I didn't even think he listened to the episode 2 years ago where I tried to like pitch him. I didn't really think. Maybe he did. I couldn't remember. But so I gave him bullet points. It wasn't trying to script it to the way, I think it's coming off as. And it
looked really bad. Really.
Yeah. I didn't mean to script it like I was Vince McMahon or something. It
sounded like you were saying, call everyone an asshole and call me fucking awesome.
I like, even if I did that, it was meant to be like in a comedy. It was meant to be comedic because I just figured if I use Throw Ride in a video, like, we're going to turn that off and Kirk's going to make fun of the video and me for even thinking, like, he was just going to be, why would you use Throw Ride?
That's why you should have, like, it didn't matter what he said.
Yeah.
Where if he sent you a video that was unusable, then don't use it.
Yep.
But if he's saying things you told him to say, then it's inauthentic and it doesn't fit what the show is. Right?
Yeah, in my head, I'm also thinking like I'm just giving him like show stupid stuff, and he like in a perfect world he doesn't even use them and he just does a promo. But like I would also
then you shouldn't have even said.
I shouldn't have said no. But I'm just saying like now looking back on it, in my mind I was like, oh, try to give him some stuff just to like work with. If he doesn't use it, great. If he does, it is what it is, and see if it's a usable video or whatever. There wasn't this intention of creating this like war, but also like to Kirk's point, he's a professional wrestler. This is his life. He's trying to make it. He's trying to, I don't know. I can see why he would pick up and start doing what he's doing. based off of my actions. And he turned it into a Kirk thing when really it was like just me requesting a stupid video, which is, so it should be a Dave's an asshole thing, not go after fucking post DMs with Kirk or whatever. You know?
I don't know why he was posting anyone's, well, he made you look pretty bad.
Yeah.
But like the DMs that he posted of Kirk, like didn't make him look any one way or the other.
No,
It's
it
shit
didn't.
that's been talked about on the show before.
Yeah, I don't remember that being talked
So
about
I don't
on the
know
show,
why
but-
he's doing that, but I think maybe the issue is that like you've dealt with this guy enough that you should have known he was going to act like that. Or maybe not exactly like that, but like you know his shtick, that he would have turned it into something, like used it to get over with Minifans or whatever the fuck his angle is. So maybe don't give him any ammo to use, I guess.
No, I just like honestly, I was just trying to give bullet points for like a cameo. You know, like if that's how you view it, like a cameo video. Right. And I know it came off selfish, being like, fuck. I just figured like at the end of it, Kirk's gonna make fun of me, especially even more because he said something about it, just like referenced me in any way, and I didn't know what the fuck to say. So that's I guess where my head was at, whether you believe it or not. There's not some business dealing. I've helped him with a former podcast he did, but I didn't have even like a business relationship with that. I just helped. I like the guy. I think he's talented in what he does, in the sense I'd like to see him work with companies like WWE or Barstool, but there's really no, I'm not like paying attention to it. There's not like a quid pro quo or whatever. I don't know. It's just a bad idea. And I can see where he gets how it looks bad, I guess, but
I think maybe because you have relationships with guys like that where they come up a lot, like that name, not a lot, but it comes
it's
up.
Really only him.
It comes up fairly.
Like him.
It comes up fairly often. Where, and you never answered this. My question in the first recording: why is it that people think you're a snake? Because for some reason that comes up all the time.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I think he's coming off like I was trying to push this guy for personal reasons, whereas I was coming off like, why don't you just try this guy? I know I said it on the show, so it's repetitive, but why don't you just try this guy? Because you always say like, who are we going to have in the seat? You know, like we left the Sacco show not knowing who was going to be in on Wednesday. And I just always had that mentality. And even when we did the show 2 years ago, it was
when you get to know the first time, then when you keep bringing it up, it seems like, well, why is this guy
I think
pushing him?
probably because I don't know like what's comedy, and I thought it's kind of like funny, you know, because it was like a gimmick that like, okay, it's never going to work. So that's why like, oh, who are you going to have in a surprise guest? Oh, why don't you have Thrill Ride? And I know he'll be like, no, you fucking asshole. And I think that's I don't know. I'm not saying it's a smart like comedic bit. It's just like, that's what you say or what. I don't know. I don't have a lot of words for it because it's just, it's.
I think that's where it comes from, where it sounds like, I don't know if you heard that, but like last year in Sacco, when Steve kept mentioning Aquabogan. Obviously, this is a totally different level, and I think that was more of a joke, obviously. But it did sound like, well, why is Steve pushing Aquabogan so much there? So, like, when someone's name keeps coming up, it sounds like you're promoting him for some reason. So I can understand why people would think that.
Yeah, and I also, I mean, like I said, we have that conversation about people to sit in that seat, and there's like nobody available, and we never come up with new names, and so I don't know. It just like became a running joke, and I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows out of me today because I don't want to be the guy like trying to make excuses for things that this is happening because I did these things. So I acknowledge those. I apologize for the first one. This one, I obviously apologize for everything that's happened because it's just a nuisance on Kirk and it's unnecessary. And I wouldn't want to be a part of a wrestling gimmick either. That wasn't my intention. So it kind of is. It is what it is. I don't know. Is that enough on those? I don't know what else to say.
I would think so. Yeah. Are you gonna approach Twitter differently after today's show?
Approach it like getting back to fans and stuff like that?
Yeah, you're always very buddy like that comes up a lot where you're very buddy with people that hate the show and shit like that. Like, are you still gonna be reply to everyone and pal around on Twitter?
I don't know what that has to do with anything though. Like, what does that have to do with it?
I think it all contributes to the image that there's something sinister going on with you, where like people see on Twitter where you're having fun back and forth with guys that hate the show or shit on the show or whatever, and they look at like, well, what's the motivation there? Like, why is he doing that?
Because I just think they're just regular people. Like, they're still listeners too, and they're just like they're not. I don't think I'm getting back to them when they're like, "Oh, fuck Kirk," and I hate the show. If they're like making a joke, I'll reply. If they're tagging me on something that's just like simple, I'll reply. I don't know. Like, I don't want to turn this into like a who's a bad guy in the world. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that one. I probably won't change per se. I don't interact with that many. I think there's only like 2 or 3 people that you're probably referencing right now, right?
I'm not even referencing anyone specific.
Yeah.
I just know that's what people say about you. All
I
the
just
time.
think,
and I see replies in my mentions and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I just like I don't have a lot of followers, so this is going back even to early days. Like I've always gotten all my followers from Kirk, so I always just replied to people, and it's not like all of a sudden I have like 100,000 more where it's too much to keep up with. So maybe it comes off annoying to other people, but to me it just feels like I'm like getting back to a text. I don't know. So maybe that's stupid. I don't know. So and maybe we'll revisit that if people think or if somebody recommends that, and I think it's a good idea. I guess I don't know.
Are you going to try and keep Justin out now so you have a little security?
Keep Justin? No, I'm not. No, I wish the best for
Taunt
Justin.
him? No, you should throw. Hey man, like you should kill yourself.
No, I don't think so. God.
I'm just saying, you have a little leverage, you know?
I apologize that I'm not working into your jokes well today. So the other stuff was Sacco went well. So that's, I don't even, you guys wrapped it up perfectly in the show, so I don't really need to say much there. There's not a lot of takeaway. I guess the behind the scenes of Sacco that we would talk about in this show are now the throw ride.
What were you thinking? So after Kirk's done talking to you, what was going through your mind the rest of the show? Because you didn't talk much.
I didn't think I should talk.
Oh, no,
much,
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, what were you thinking the entire time?
Why do I get myself in predicaments where people question my loyalty to them? Or like not even like loyalty, you know, sometimes people like on, you know, back to you're obsessed with social media thing, but they're like, somebody tweets something, you'll go, I don't want somebody I look across from every day, like no matter who that person, I don't want them to think I'm a snake. Like I don't want them to think,
so, yeah.
I don't want them to, you know, not trust me or not want to work with me or it was, I don't know what it was, but I wasn't talking. I didn't think he would want me to talk in those spots. And I think I was kind of like reflecting, I guess, as like, how do I get myself in those positions with what I believe are like very simple, stupid intentions, you know, like it's just so.
What do you think the plumber's thinking of this conversation right now?
They're like, what the fuck is just going on? Like, what just happened?
2 men having an emotional, enlightening conversation.
So that was, so that's what, I mean, the Sacco thing now becomes that. I feel bad that if it does damper his impression of Sacco.
Yes, we hope it doesn't damper them.
No, but just, you know, I think everybody had a good time. He seemed very happy with how it went and how the crowd was and meeting people and all that stuff. And he brought his daughter, which was fantastic. So yeah, that's that. Other stuff we talked about Mike Richards. I know you talked about it on your show. Mike Richards, he can quit the hosting Jeopardy, but he can remain as executive producer, which is just strange. And I don't know, I'll be honest with you right now, it feels weird for me to now go into topics.
I understand completely.
All right, so we can wrap it up.
I think that's what people wanted to hear from you.
Yeah, so we can wrap it up. I don't really have a final message. It is what it is.
You think you'll be fired?
Yeah, I think he probably needs somebody he can trust. Like,
what's your time frame? How long do you think you'll last on the show? What's your prediction?
I probably don't get by the week.
Really?
Yeah, I think we'll probably. I don't know. I'll probably reach out because I just feel. Yeah, I'll probably reach out because I just don't feel. It's not him. It's not the show. This is where I want to be. And even, I guess, to his point, like he's like, I can hate somebody and work with them, and it's something I need to get used to because that's not something I never thought of, you know. And I know you make the jokes of like, I hate you. It's so hard to word this and put sentences together. No, me. Like it's so hard to like piece it all together. Like I don't need that in my work, but it's like it's what I want. Like I want him. Just like he says, like I want people on Twitter to like me. Like I especially want Kirk to like me. I want him to look forward to entering the place where he's trying to go entertain people, you know? So it's like I
like that image.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't wait to see the boys
today. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want him to like fucking dread opening the door because, you know, the guy who pushes buttons is somebody he thinks is a fucking snake. Like it sucks. So.
Right.
So yeah, that's that for now. I don't think there's anything else to get into in that regards. Wednesday, Chris is in. I assume it'll be a little bit of I don't know what to assume. We'll see what happens from Wednesday. And that's that. You'll be back on Friday, which is, we told you can't be here because of something going on. You'll be back on Friday this week. And the release of the show, so if you want some behind the scenes release of the show, that episode will be a little bit later just because Mike is traveling back on Friday. So I guess we'll catch up with you then.